back to the Market Central stream. We have something kind of different today. We have Euro Cup. We're gonna have a best of three between France and Spain. I'm Morel. I'm joined by Pidgey.
Howdy do. I'm really excited for this one. This is a first that I will be able to experience the Euro Cup kind of style, and then we're doing something different, like you were saying. And I'm pretty excited. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. If you want to bring us through what kind of gameplay we should be seeing from these EU players.
Yeah, so I'm actually not quite sure what stage of the tournament this is. But both teams obviously very strong. We have great lineups on both sides. France, they are the defending World Cup champions. Obviously, their lineup looks a little bit different this time, but still very strong. We have Demon, Floppi, who is Flo, Gableator, LMDS, Starxlx, and Swift. And on the side of Spain, we have Angel, Danipro, Drac, Owned, Seergio, and Tony.
It seems like a very huge and good lineup of players in this one today. And genuinely, I just want to see some really great Mario Kart gameplay. And knowing that these two teams have basically drafted up the best of the best in terms of EU. And I just am excited to see what they're going to bring to the table in this one because it's definitely going to be different. It's going to be a little bit of a mix up in my opinion from what we're usually used to whenever we watch for MKU primetime.
Right. I'm actually not quite sure what stage of the tournament this is. Um, it could be finals
Oh,
because I believe these are the best teams in Europe.
oh, that's even better. Oh, that's pretty exciting. I mean, on the top says semis, so are we in semis?
Oh,
Are we
right. Okay,
getting?
this could be semifinals.
I don't know if
Right.
that's updated or not, but we'll see. We'll see. Still, semifinals, that's still a little bit of a climb. You know what? We're almost at the end stage of the tournament. So, France versus Spain, it's still some of the best working their way through this whole tournament. And yes, it is semis. We just got confirmation. The other semis is going to be Germany versus England. So,
Okay.
I am curious to see which one of these teams are going to be able to take it all home because we're not used to seeing these teams play against each other. They're some of the best still. So it's going to be quite interesting on the factor of who's going to be moving forward in this tournament. Because I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. It's a best of three. It's going to be good. It's going to be exciting.
Right, and we're definitely used to seeing a lot of these players obviously compete at the highest level, but seeing them all play together is it's a treat, especially on the France side, because a lot of them are spread throughout different teams. You know, we have some HD, we have some Bree, we have some Gungnir. But on the side
Ooh.
of Spain, you know, there's only a couple teams. We have, I believe, Miguel owns an XIV, and I think the rest might be an RK. So could be pretty interesting to see how that comes
Yeah,
into
no,
effect here.
I absolutely do agree with you because uh, I had the privilege of commentating some matches with Bree and Gungnir, and that whole matchup was absolutely insane. I know we were flipping out, going crazy nonstop. So I hope we're gonna see the same level of quality gameplay that we saw from, like you were saying, from those players that we saw before. And it's gonna be quite interesting as we are already getting into it. We're getting into the map selection, and it's gonna be quite interesting to see what they're gonna kind of favor in terms of. Maps. If France doesn't go to Paris first, I'll be kind of disappointed. But more power to them. I'm voting for a little bit of more of the meme start. But then, that's just me.
Right, we do see Wire Stadium coming out. Looks like France is going to be starting with top three.
Okay, okay.
And we see
One can
DK
only dream.
Jungle. Yeah, we see DK Jungle on the side of Spain. Definitely a little bit of an interesting pick, considering we usually see that track selected for top spots. So it'll be interesting to see what Spain's game plan is with it looks like 4, 5, 6, maybe 7.
Ooh, yeah, no, it's gonna be quite interesting. I mean, both really heavy runner tracks as we're going to RWS for the first one. And I talk about it time and time again. You do not want to fall in the back of the pack with this one. You want to keep running, you want to keep going, and if anything, you want to kind of get desperate on that third lap because once you get down to it, it's just impossible to come back once you get down to the final lap of this track. But we are off for MKU prime time. This is France versus Spain, and we are going.
Right, and it looked like we actually saw Falso uh, on there. I'm not quite sure if he was on the lineup card, so I'm not quite sure who is going to be, um, replacing here. It could be a pretty interesting. Falso definitely a good player.
Ooh.
Someone who kind of came up recently.
It will be interesting to see if they're going to be able to make an impact comparatively, but unfortunately for Floppi, I'm going to get dragged out there. Was playing with fire for a long minute right behind Ton there. Going to be able to red out Ton there. Has triple shrooms. Going to be able to take this little tiny shortcut. Move up to 7th place. And has one more shroom and a ghost. Just going to pop it immediately and try and battle it out in this mid pack. Sees the star in front of him. Going to try and get around it. Gets the draft. Beautiful mini turbo to get themselves on the way for this next section as we got a little bit of lag.
Right, stealing triple shrooms is definitely really great pull. So now we have 6 shrooms and we can just spam them. Fortunately, we are going to get red here, and we do see a blue shell coming out. Have to assume that's France at first, and it looks like they did have a super horn to break blue shell.
Ooh, going through the double boxes. We got Floppi here. Another triple shrooms, but like I said, once you get down to it, it's a little bit harder to catch back up. Has the Piranha Plant. Going into the final lap of this first race. Going to be able to grab an item box. Avoids that red back. And now, going to work their way up. 8 coins in their pocket. Will that be enough for him to try and catch up as we see 2 Spain players right in front of them? We got Ton right there along with Owned. And we're going to be seeing more shroom action, unfortunately. Not going to get the pulls he needs to work their way up, but still, 7th place right now, going in the final boxes.
Right, and this definitely looks like a great situation for France. You know, you have to assume France definitely top to old with an excellent back right there.
That was brutal, and unfortunately got the triple bananas after he gets back. Going to move all the way down to 11th place. Top 2 for France, though, like you said. We're going to see how much that's going to influence the rest of this point total. So I'm curious.
Yeah, that is going to be a top 2-4 for France. It actually looks like LMDS got hit on the glider, as we did see his Roy character spin out right there. So a bit unfortunate. Could have been a top 3 maybe. Not quite sure what hit him. Maybe on Hell had a red, a boomerang, or maybe he even got hit by the blue shell. We are going to see a Tick-Tock Clock coming out here on the side of France. Definitely a good track to help keep first.
Yeah,
one of
absolutely.
the more uncommon running tracks, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty uncommon. I think it's a very straightforward track to say in a minuscule sense as we're seeing that 12-point lead for France. I particularly don't enjoy it that much just because the comeback potential is pretty rough. Not that many shortcuts. You got those cool no item shortcuts in the first lap, but then past that, you got to just be able to have the great running lines and really play consistently for this track. And that's something I don't do personally. So I'm kind of biased here on not enjoying this track. But we are off with this second race, seeing the battle for that middle shortcut. And guess what? They're going to be able to get through it just fine. But a lot of players seem like they fell off and move into the back of the back.
Yeah, and we do see Demon, excuse me, in first here on the Biddy Buggy. Oh, it looks like Flo might have hit Demon right there. Pretty unfortunate. But yeah, this track definitely very strong for Biddy Buggy and keeping first. No box here for Flo. And he gets trailed by Danipro. However, it looks like France able to keep 2nd, maybe 3rd place. LMDS falling off the shortcut, but we do see Drac, Tony, and I believe Seergio coming up as well.
Oh, we saw that beautiful fire hitting both of these competitors, Flo and on the side of Spain here. We're going to be seeing LMDS in front of him with the boomerang. Going to try and take out Angel there. Does not land it, but still very, very close attempt here. Has the red behind him. And I wonder, going to go for the top path. Going to allow their teammate to red out and use that fire. We got Ton over there going in the back to 7th place. And now we got Dan in the front along with Demon as well. And Flo in 6th place with these triple greens. Got to throw one forward for Hail Mary. And it lands on that beautiful green shell snipe. The angle was there. My goodness. Going to move up to 5th, but cannot do anything. I thought the red was coming to his direction.
I'm not sure what the red broke on, but Fortunately for Flo, he will be safe. Not quite sure what the spots are looking like in the front for France. If you look on the bottom left of the minimap, we do see a Waluigi frozen on the screen. That could be pretty unfortunate. It looks like France is going to get a pretty good race. Maybe, yeah, it looks like they got everything other than second or first, maybe.
Ooh, that would be actually pretty huge for them, especially with this 12-point lead.
Oh,
Oh my! You what? Everything but top 5 finish
yeah.
for France. My God. Ooh, that's gonna be a devastating climb to come back from for Spain. Jesus Christ. Ooh. And now we're going over to Seergio's point of view. We are going to 3DS Rainbow Road. Tell me a little bit about this track. Are you enjoying it? Are you liking it? Because it seems to be a fan favorite for this Wave 3 DLC.
Yeah, so this track got added pretty recently, like a month or two ago at this point. I think it's pretty fun. However, I do think that one turn with all the ramps where you kind of go in like a circle, pretty laggy. So it's a little bit unfortunate as if you try to stay tight, you could get bumped off. But I know lots of players are enjoying this track. Definitely one of their favorites from Wave 3 DLC. My favorite's Maple Treeway from Wave 3. What about you?
Ooh, got the controversial track pick of Rock Mountain that a lot of people don't seem to enjoy, but it's kind of more of a troll pick here as we're getting into the second lap. But if I did have to say, I really do enjoy the 3DS Rainbow Road. I think just graphically, aesthetically, and just racing on it, it's really fun, really technical track, and there's a lot of goofiness that I've been seeing online with what people can do, especially on the glider section, and with that beautiful red back and a land onto two. Actually, no, that was a Spain competitor. I thought it was going to be 2 France competitors, but 1 for 1, an eye for an eye. We're seeing triple reds getting used like a Beyblade. Gonna throw one back. Has a mushroom in hand. Going into this next section. This very fun ribbon road-like track. Gonna go right down the middle. Gonna land on the moon. And now it's triple shrooms going into this third lap.
Right, and this is definitely a track that is very hard to get rid of first. You know, shock is pretty uncommon in this track, and there's not a lot of shortcuts to catch up, and it's quite short. So as we see, it looks like France is going to be holding on to a lot of the top spots here. As I say that, we do see a shot coming in on the side of Spain.
Oh, that was actually huge for them, working their way up. We see Seergio all the way in 4th place, has the triples to take out France, misses all 3 of them, 0 for 3. He's going to be able to grab that 4th place finish.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice play by Gap Leader, able to dodge the green shoals and holding on to 1-3 for his team. However, that first from Starxlx definitely going to help out a lot, but 2, 4, 5, 6 on the side of Spain will certainly help them catch up quite a bit.
Yeah, you know what? With it looks like a 36-point difference now. Still quite a climb, especially when you're at this level of play and when you have so many consistent racers, right? Like I've been seeing it time and time again, especially with these Division 1 matchups. Whenever you just have these players that are just insanely hard to hit out, insanely impossible to even put them in the back of the pack. It's just one of those things where you gotta really hope that RNG is on your side and you're going to be able to take out these finishes. Like missing those triple greens, I feel like that was kind of an easy lineup that you could have potentially been able to land and push them back even farther, but still a lot of time left, only the 4th race, down by 36. Let's see what Spain has to try and catch up with this deficit. A little bit of lag on the side. I like it. Nothing new here for EU. I mean, what? But we're going to be going over to Danny here. Gonna grab those double lava boxes. We are on Twisted Mansion.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be able to see Danipro first here. Looks like there's a lot of French players behind him. Not quite sure where his teammates are, and they're just going to start getting rid of him. Oh, he gets a bomb. That's an incredible pull.
Oh, did it land? Or did it
yeah, so it looks like it took out Demon, but Flo able to get by, and they're going to play a little game of chicken here. With the new update, I do think that Blue Shells, they kind of changed them sneakily, right? Looks like they seem to target players quite a bit earlier now. Oh, we're trolling.
Oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I actually think so as well. I've been seeing that a lot, especially at Saturday Night Speedway, where the Blues, or they try to do the game of chicken, try to do the after you, and
Right.
it just hasn't been working out for them at all. They think that they're stopping in time. They think they're doing it. But also, it could just be considering a lot of these maps, especially when you're on those straightaways, the blue shell will find its target a lot faster. But I've just been seeing it time and time again how hard it is to try and do that after you as well. So, but we're getting into this final lap of Twisted Mansion. Triple Shrooms on the side of Danny Spain. Gonna try and work their way up. A lot of bottom spots for France at the moment, but still on this final lap, all hell can break loose. Using that last shroom to go through the shortcut. Sees the stars and teammates all around him. France, oh, the triple greens and triple reds. Going to be put in the middle of it and cannot avoid the catastrophe. Pops the star right after.
Yeah, very unfortunate that that bullet build definitely just dropped him right on the reds. Not quite sure. Oh, he will not get a box, and he will get redded off the glider. That is going to be a +1 for Danipro.
Ooh, that is really unfortunate, though. You really can't do much once it comes down to getting redded off that glider. And then once again, 1-3-6 I'm seeing for the side of France. So not great, but still okay. A little bit of a save there. You know, it's kind of mid spots, but still, that first place is going to be able to help them hold this lead that they have right now.
Right, and we do see Spain, they're kind of starting to catch back up a little bit. But still, France able to hold on to the top spots. And even getting like 1-3 is still pretty good.
Pretty substantial. Yeah, that 25 points will come in handy. 40-point lead. A little bit of a trim, a little bit, but still a lot of time left for the side of Spain. And we're seeing a lot more consistency in their gameplay, trying to shake off the nerves a little bit, shake off the rust as we get into these next races. We're going to be going over DK Jungle, one of the tracks we saw in the very first map selection. And once it comes down to it, I feel like I see that a lot, especially that these games can be a huge upset on the side of just the teams that have the momentum going. It can go away in a second, as well as others, and as well as the team that's losing, they can come back pretty seamlessly as long as they keep on playing as consistent as they can. It's just the item play for Spain has to be a little bit better, and they have to take advantage of these really free opportunities and really don't get punished for these really silly mistakes.
Right, and honestly, if they do lose the first match, Spain, this is a best of 3, so they do have another match to try and make things
Exactly.
work. However, 2 wins in a row against Team France, very unlikely. Looks like Danipro, unfortunately, not going to be able to snipe out Falso. And you know, this super bounce up here is pretty tough for inward players, so Falso should be able to get a little bit of a lead. Only a shroom here for Danipro. No offensive items to try and hit Falso at a first here.
Well, we see the bomb right behind Danny here with their teammate having it. We're going to see if there's going to be a little bit of strategy communication here, trying to get that chucked up and trying to take out Falso in first. But still, 2-3 right now for the side of Spain. It's looking actually pretty good for them. And if Danny can grab another red, a double red Reno, they do get it. This is my favorite special in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Be able to just easily take out first. Never mind. Shot comes down. That will allow Danny to actually take over as they had the speed to take the shortcut. Now Falso is in second, Owned is in fourth, and now we saw France in a dodge, and they're going to be working their way up to first place. Now we're seeing 2 Spain, Angel and Owned, 2, 3, 4 right now for the side of Spain. 5 for the side of Spain.
We do see the shot come in, and the new update, they actually kind of messed with the shocking glider. So because Danny got shocked on the glider, he was able to keep his speed and overtake Falso. Do see LMDS in first. Danipro able to hit out. I'm not quite sure who that was. Might have been Starxlx. Oh, he's back. But it will be interesting to see if LMDS can hold first here.
Ooh, beautiful use of that green shell. We're going to see a 5th place finish, 6th place finish for the side of Spain. Let's see what they were able to grab because we saw a lot of top spots, 2 through 6 for the side, 2 through 6 and 11, I believe, for the side of Spain. So really huge race. That's gonna put a little bit of a dent onto France's lead here. We're gonna see how much that changed the game up for this whole best of 3 series. And like you said, you really don't want to be down in the first game because then your momentum's down. You kind of feel bad. You think about things you could have been doing better. And then you got to just think about saying, hey, all right, what can we do to help this, help our momentum and help our mentality going forward in the second race? But now 218 to 192. Spain still a little bit down, but still with that huge race. We'll see what they can do.
Right, we do see PPS, Water Park, and Cloud Top here. It is going to be Water Park, so definitely a strong, very strong track for inward players. So we do see LMDS in first. Not quite sure where Danipro ended up. Maybe 3rd or 4th. Yeah, we are going to see him in 4th right here. So he might be able to try and catch up with LMDS. However, LMDS has a huge advantage as he is going to be able to get the coins at the beginning. And if the second place player does not get a red shell right here, he will be in a great position.
Yeah, no, we're not seeing a lot of red. We see a lot of mushrooms. And like you said, it's going to be a pretty good run for him, but still got to battle it out. Losing a little bit of that top speed, actually getting overtaken by a few other Waluigis up there. France now going to try to get a little bit of a drag here with that red shell. And now Danny has the green, going to be holding on to it, checking that back camera, and now going through my favorite section where you just get to glide yourself into the second lap.
Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure who's in first right now. Oh, well, looks like
Whoa!
Danipro's going to be in first. Yeah, I was going to say. But it looks like it might have been Seergio before that. So France did have quite a few spots up there, and this has suddenly turned into a Spain top 2.
You ask and you shall receive. We learned Danny being able to just get around the chaos, like you said, with such a huge advantage, like we just saw with the inward racing bike. It's just so strong and allows you to take these extremely tight lines and get around situations that you normally wouldn't with the Waluigi Wiggler. The back comes out, doesn't land, and the green shell looked like it landed on Deton, but it did not. Fortunately enough, lag is out here, and now we got still Danny running it out right now. Top 3 right now for Spain, which is going to be huge. If they can keep this going, keep it running, they're going to be in a really good spot. Bumping the wall a little bit. Danny is going to lose a little bit of speed. Banana does not land. And now going into this final section of Water Park, we have Danny in first place, along with the top 2 potentially. Blue Shell is out. It does not land in time. Backs the bomb. And I think that's going to be a huge race for Spain right now. Oh, not huge, but eh.
Top two with the French bottom 2 definitely helps out quite a bit. And looks like at the end right there, we did see quite a few French players coming up, but they weren't able to kind of get into the top 2 spots. But they were able to hold onto some of the spots behind top 2, which will help out quite a bit. See PPS coming out here on the side of Spain. Once again, just a very strong track for inward players.
What's your opinion about PPS? Because it actually has come to a very talking point track, I feel like, in the Mario Kart community of, you either enjoy it or you hate it. I feel like there's no really huge in between with this track, at least as I've been feeling recently.
One of my teammates for 6v6, inward bike player. So we used to pick that track like quite a bit when our team was still playing. I like it when I'm playing as a Biddy Buggy, but when I'm playing as Wiggler, I like it a little bit less, but I still think it's a very fun track.
That's fair. As we are going to PPS, we're going to see what's going to happen with this one as the lead is shrinking as every single race is going by, and we still have a lot of time left in this series. Only race number 7 here. We are off. Spain can bring this back if they keep playing consistently. And Danny, like you said, strong inward track. If they can run this and they know what to do, they'll be able to do it. Grabs the 2 coins, misses one of those, and now battling it out with these other competitors, but still, we got a first place for France now, second place, 2-3 for Spain. Let's see what they're going to be able to do. A little bit of communication coming on the side of France here, trying to get rid of that red shell. Did an amazing job there so that first can keep their lead. The rest of the pack is running, and they are climbing.
Yeah, and very quietly, France has cut their lead down to only 16 points. Danipro, unfortunately, going to get taken out by the banana right there. But he will have a mushroom, 2 shroom up, so he won't lose too much time. Running quite low on coins, won't be able to get an item box there. Is able to get one here, but only a single shroom is pretty tough.
It's tough, but it helps you get around the chaos. That's the one thing I do like about this track, is that the shrooms feel like they do a lot more than they actually do. Oh, the
yeah,
team
the
kill.
is going to take out his own teammate. And we did see Starxlx there throw a red at first, and it looks like it skipped Tony, and so first place might have had to use their horn. But we are going to see top 3 on the side of France. Top 3 7 looks like. And no shrooms is so tough for Danipro. Oh, the back.
Oh my God, France! This is where they excel. That we've been seeing time and time again. Their item play has been extremely good. Beautiful back from the green, the flow forward from the greens, and then the back with the fire, being able to connect both of them. Angel though, gonna be able to avoid that fire, but then drag out their teammate, not expecting the triple greens pull. That is just brutal and really unfortunate. Coming down to this final track, an RWS situation where it's kind of hard to catch up once you get down to the straightaway section.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate that Unhill pulled those triple greens and trailed Danipro right away. Because, in older games, I was thinking about this the other day, you could, like, pull out the greens when you want. It'd be interesting to see how that works in this game. But Danny getting quite a lot of shrooms here, should be able to overtake quite a few players.
Oh,
and it looks like it's going to be another
damn.
1-3 for Spain.
That actually great stuff there. 1-3, 6-7 for Spain. That's gonna be pretty good. Just trimming off the top. I think it might give them a little bit of something, but we'll see once it comes down to it. I talk about the straightaway section, but then you always forget about that final ending shortcut. If you have shrooms, you'll be taking over 15,000 other racers and some. And that's just one of the parts that I don't like about the track, is that ending shortcut is so powerful and so ideal whenever you have shrooms. Like, if you have to go wide, it's a dry desert situation where you're just going to get overtaken by every single racer in the books. I wish they would extend out that track a little bit at the end, like Yoshi Valley, so that you have some time to maybe outplay the person who takes the shortcut. High risk, high reward kind of situation, but still, really great stuff. 14-point difference now, 2 points given to the side of Spain. We'll see how much that's going to affect them coming down to it.
Right, and we are coming up to the last Grand Prix here. Oh, excuse me, we have one more race until the last GP. But yeah, it's going to be close. I think whichever team gets the win in Game 1 here, they're going to have a huge momentum swing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if France loses this game, right, they had a 30-something point lead throughout this entire game, practically. And if they're able to lose this, that's going to be a huge swing hurt for them, because they were feeling confident. They've been playing amazing, but still 14 points is a very easy task to overtake. It's not like they're, Spain is down 30 anymore. You can do a lot with this very short lead, and we're seeing the Maple Treeway pick coming out. We'll see what's going to happen here, but we are going to Dolphin Shoals.
Yeah, I really don't like this track. I used to be able to, kind of tolerate it, but I very much am a hater now. Don't like it anymore.
What happened? Why don't you like it?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I'm on the same boat.
The glider at the end is so cringe. It's,
Do you not like the new glider strat?
No, absolutely not.
It's pretty goofy. It is pretty cheesy as well. I was thinking that same thing, where I'm just like, a single shroom could just let you float over 8 other competitors. I mean, I guess that's the state of the game right now. We'll see what other kind of motion glider tricks come out with the new wave as well. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that definitely is something to keep note of. I've been hoping they patch motion glider out of the game, but that's an unpopular opinion. I know they won't, but I don't know.
And you're seeing it right there, being able to move all the way up to second place. with that motion glider. But that is actually a huge controversial take there, because on MKS it was kind of a cool gimmick sort of thing. You have to do a lot there. Beautiful boomerang coming out of flow, but it was kind of cool. It was a gimmick, you know. It was a
Right.
little bit risky. You had to do like exactly good timing, but on something like Dolphin Shoals, where it just seems like you practice it once and it's pretty easy to do, it's just kind of cheesy and cheap in my opinion as well. But you know,
Yeah.
controversial takes coming out from the MKU primetime, as we're seeing a blue shell come out but not land. Had a horn there to disrupt that one. Oh,
Yeah, no,
whoa!
that was looking like a top 6 for France right there, but we are going to see Flo get to the back here. And we do have I got to assume that's a Spanish player, and last go for the shock. Doesn't look like there will be coming in. Another player is going to stop at the first set, but it looks like only Bullet Bills and Shrooms are coming in here.
Yeah, it's not looking ideal, but still, that star in 8th place is looking kind of, kind of promising. Coming down to this final section, beautiful recognizing of that air horn in front of them. They're going to be able to grab that double item mark. Squad Shrooms coming out. Will they be able to do it? Will they be able to do the beautiful strat? They do. Look at that. 4 spots, 5 spots. No, 4 spots for the side of Flow, using that beautiful strategy as we see a 1-3-4 for the side of France. So that's going to give a little bit of a secure cushion going into this final Grand Prix.
Yeah, definitely nice from Floyd. They're able to get quite a few spots. Yeah.
Quite a few spots indeed. We'll see how much that changes the game up going to maybe Sunshine Airport or Peach's Garden. Am I right? Oh, that's gonna be exciting. What's your opinion about this one? It seems like a lot of people actually enjoy this track a lot.
Yeah, I think this is one of a lot of people's favorite DLC tracks. So we're going to be seeing Sunshine Airport. This track used to be
Ooh.
very popular. Then it kind of fell off, but we have now seen a kind of a resurgence in it, especially because of the shock interaction update.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about that right when the shock update came out, of how much Sunshine Airport will now be a playable track, since you're not going to be able to disrupt those very easily shockable glider section at the end of the track. So, what's your opinion about the shock changes? Because some people like it, some people hate it. I think the majority of people just don't enjoy it because it takes a lot of strategy out of the game.
I kind of like it, right? Because I think that you used to be able to just, if you get shock, you can just mindlessly get everyone over the glider. And while that will be best, in most cases, I think that it's pretty interesting that people they have to come up with new strategies and try and innovate the game a little bit better and find better spots to use that item. And I definitely like it for the new DLC update, right? Because if you get shocked off on Maple Treeway, you're going to have to wait 7 or 8 seconds in the cannon, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that was the problem I had with Waluigi Pinball, but I thought it was kind of goofy
Right,
that you
yeah.
had to wait 7 or 8 seconds. It's just one of those things where I like the change, but I wish it was just a little bit more impactful, because I think now you have to use before it was kind of a no-brainer. Wait for the glider section, use it, wait for the item box, but now really all you can do is wait for the item box so that you can disrupt what that top spots has in terms of items, be able to hit them out. Flo, though, being the one getting hit out today by that air horn going into this final lap. I don't know. I just wish it was a little bit stronger now, but still, we'll see if they adjust it in any which way going into these next few patches, because I don't know what to expect from Nintendo anymore.
Right, and we do see a lot of French players behind here. Not quite sure who is in last. They're trying to get the shock. We do see quite a few French players in the upper middle spots. The red is going to go past Owned and connect on Seergio. Flo will be able to pass. Unfortunately, doesn't get a box and gets hit off by a banana. So that is going to be an almost guaranteed 11th place for Flo here.
Yeah, I feel like when almost gets smart bounce by the green, that would have done it in for me. But 10th place for Flo. I feel that's been the story of Flo so far, just flowing themselves down into the river. But still, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the side of France. That's gonna be a huge point total for them. Oh my god. Spain's looking rough. They were coming back, but then they've had these really few unfortunate track picks. A lot of not great stuff coming on the out of the side of Spain. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be pretty brutal with these last few races to go.
Yeah, we do see N64 Rainbow Road coming out here on the side of Spain. This track is very strong. If you start in the back, it's incredibly strong. I can't tell you why. It's because drafts and coins, I guess, but it's so strong. So if Spain gets us here, looks like they will. They'll be in a great spot.
Ooh, that is going to be huge. Let's see if they're going to be able to use this track to its full potential and not get wrecked or ronied, because that's it's you can still not do well on this track. You're right, it's extremely strong because of the drafting that you can just get around all the chaos, but still, if Spain gets hit out by France's amazing item play, gets backed otherwise, it's still a possibility for France to just get a really good ending on this track, but only time will tell. Going through the star boost and now going through that first item box, let's see what Spain's going to be able to do. Going to get that draft flow, moving their way up into 6th place, already gaining so many spots off that first draft, just like you were talking about, grabbing that item box, and now using that shroom to get all the way up to 1st place. Going to drag out, don't know who, but now Spain is going to be able to work their way up to the front, as we see Flo on the side of France going to try and avoid that drag. They do. And now top 2 for Spain right now. Those tricks, though, going to be a little bit more of an advantage along with the shroom for Flo, grabbing that double item box.
Yeah, 2nd place coin is going to get taken out by the Super Horn by Tony. Now we do see France 2, 3, 4, so they are going to be able to hold on to some of their spots here. It looks like someone kind of disappeared, maybe. Not quite sure if Gabliator was able to take him out. Or LMDS, excuse me. So yeah, top 2 for Spain. If this holds, it will be, looks like a 3, 4, 5, 6 for France. And with only a few races left, this is going to be great for them because they have such a huge lead.
Okay, top 2, 5. That's it's good, but that's it's not great. It could have been a lot better, especially like I said on that track. Sometimes it's brutal, sometimes it's unforgiving, and we're gonna be seeing that point total change right now, and it's looking pretty gloom and doom for the side of Spain. I mean, they could still do a top 6 miraculous something here, but they need a lot of great spots to catch back up right now. Seeing Coconut Mall. Ooh. Opinions on Coconut Mall, because I hate this track with a dying passion.
I think it's pretty fun. It's definitely one of my favorite tracks. I think it might be my favorite track out of Wave 2. Wave 2... Wait, is it Wave? No, Coconut Mall's Wave 1. Jeez.
Wow. Wow, I was thinking it was Wave 2 too.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, damn.
It's because for me they actually they updated the track in Wave 2, so
yeah,
that's why I got a little bit confused.
I do like that they did changes. We are going to Coconut Mall. Congratulations, stream. You have all gotten Coconut Malled. But it is one of those things where I wish they would patch it so that the tricks were more consistent, especially on these stairs. For some reason, they be loving these staircases that are impossible to trick off of unless you're shaking your controller like you're having a seizure. So it's just one of those things I just cannot wrap my head around, no matter how many times I play this track. And I've actually time trialed this track a decent amount because I actually wanted to just learn how to race on it. And Flo is one of those players who are going to get bumped out and just slam themselves into a wall going all the way down to 10.
Yeah, and one of the things, unfortunately doesn't get the chain. But one of the things we did see Flo do right there at the very beginning is he jumped onto the stairs, which definitely makes the trick a lot more consistent. So if you're having trouble getting the trick, you should try that. It helps quite a bit.
Especially that ending boost ramp as well. I did never getting the trick off of that, and that's a boost ramp. So there's just like a really weird things that go on with this track, and a lot of mini turbos that have that you can utilize. Especially when I was watching a few other time trials where I was just like, all right, what more can I possibly do to get my time better on this track? And Flo is going to show us what not to do. Not seeing that banana in that tight corner. Unfortunately, did not communicate that out to the team where he just did not expect it coming. And a bullet bill. Oh,
Yeah, we did see a blue shell come in for first place, and Flo was just going to hold on to that ghost. We're getting rid of it. We do have a golden here. Not quite sure what the spots are looking like for France. That motion glider, I hate that. It's so bad. But yeah, we do have a lot of Spanish players in the back. Looks like France has quite a few middle spots. If France can get even just a decent race right here, they should be in a good position to take the first match.
yeah, it's looking pretty doom and gloom for Spain right now, but unfortunately, we're seeing Flo just getting hit by everything under the sun. Red comes out, gonna be throwing it forward to Spain, and now has the star, gonna be floating themselves. Bump the wall again there. It's gonna not harm them too much, but still gonna be able to. Oh, it harms them a little bit. Went from 9th to 10th place there, getting overtaken. We got Spain 1-4.
I think that
Oh.
might be it. They got, I believe that was 8-9 bottom two, so that probably is going to do it.
Yeah, yeah. You needed that top 6 or top 5, something there for the side of Spain, and that's probably gonna call it. I agree with you. That's rough. That is, yup. As we got the randomizer picks coming out, they know it's over, and they're just gonna have to regroup and see what they can do for the next game because Spain has a lot of things that they could fix, at least from what I saw, right now from what they were doing. A lot of items that should have connected, a lot of things they should have punished France for. There's a lot of opportunities that they should have gotten more of a point, way more points on their side than they actually did. I feel like there's a lot that they can talk about and just work on the communication aspect a little bit more as well, because there's a lot of just bad plays that came out for the side of Spain, in my opinion.
Yeah, they did kind of get off to. Oh, here we go, Rock Mountain. You asked for it.
There we
Um,
go.
so something that is to be noted here is we didn't really see a lot of shots in this match. I feel like thinking back,
Oh
and
yeah.
Spain kind of did get off to a slow start, but if they're able to kind of get rid of their Regigigas slow start ability, they should be in a much better spot for the second war. It will be interesting to see how they come back.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah, we only saw like 1 or 2 shocks. I think it might have just been one on 3DS Rainbow Road, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe something they can talk about if they do need to rely on shock a little bit more. Nothing to be ashamed about there because it's just one of those. Oh, whoa. Flo getting either hit from the front or behind or getting dragged out, whichever, or going to move all the way down to 6th place. And I actually like that glider section. It's like a whole bunch of friendly friends just gliding together, through a mountain. Feels like we're all like skiing together, in a sense. It's fun and relaxing, all right? That just
Yeah,
take a little chill pill, especially with this section. Look at, boom, you're in a glider. You're just relaxing. There's not much to worry about, and then you go right back in to the chaos. Rock enjoyers unite. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, this definitely would be a track that would be very much different. I'll say if the shock update did not come in, shocking people. Um, Even if you shock them on this glider when they go for the shortcut, they would probably just lose. And
Yeah,
that big glider as well going down the ramp. That would be another one. And this one right here, maybe not as much, but on laps 1 and 2, you could target shock people, or 2 and 3, I guess. You could target shock people right there. We do
that's a
see
very
Flo
slim
in
window,
first.
though.
True.
Yeah, Flo looking good. Gonna hopefully not get smart bounced by that green. It is coming for them, but will break. Gonna have that single shroom to go through the ramp. Probably just gonna hold on to it. Spain right behind him, but still not seeing anything coming their way. So looking like Flo's gonna have an easy first place. I can admit that the track is, yes, wholly dependent on this shortcut.
Oh,
Oh
oh
no!
man.
Oh, look at it going all the way to 7th place. Flo gonna get their shroom ghosted away. The one thing you didn't want to happen, you talk about shock, and then there's the ghost that comes out of nowhere. But still, is able to salvage it, grabs 4th place.
That's going to be a top 3 for Spain. So they're going to keep it pretty close. Should be maybe -20 overall. But unfortunately for them, it won't be enough. And France is going to take game 1 of our best of 3 here.
Ooh, yeah, and going into this next, 12 races, what kind of mentality changes, what kind of gameplay changes can you give for the side of Spain? What would you kind of try and tell your team when you're in this kind of spot? Because being down 1-0, no one wants to be here, brink of elimination. What would you tell your team?
I know it's tough, right? But I would say, we got off to a little bit of a slow start, but we kept up quite a bit in kind of the last stretch of the war. So if we can do that, they should be in a great spot to take this game 3 or game 2, excuse me, take this to a game 3.
I totally do agree with you. I think towards those 4 through 8th races, they brought it back, 14-point difference, and then it started to crumble again. We saw that momentum from France being picked up, having those track picks that just allowed them to just gain this ginormous lead that literally gave them the win towards that final few races. So honestly, I totally agree with you. Just keep up that momentum that you had through that mid spots races, and I think that Spain will have a very good chance of trying to bring this to a game 3.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I lied to you guys. I said come back in 10 minutes, but they have decided to open early. So we're just going to be getting into it pretty early, which is
Ooh.
definitely nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Spain is going to be brewing up here. I thought they would want to take a little bit of a longer break, personally for me, especially after something like that happens. It was a pretty brutal first round. I mean, you still had that little bit of a momentum swing, but I would have wanted that a little bit more open at 05 kind of time. But still, we're going to get right back into it. I love to see it. They just want to get these races started. They know what they have to fix. There was a lot of little mistakes that added up towards the end of these 12 races, but now going into this next match, I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do, especially coming down to it, they can win this. They can. They've shown that they can bring
Absolutely.
the lead down. They can compete with France. It's just if they're going to be able to fix the mistakes that added up.
Yeah, and that was definitely a very close match. And I personally like getting into things right away because when we play MKU and we have to wait like 15 minutes in between matches, I don't like that. I just want to get right into it.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. And we are off. We are getting right into it. And I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do in this one. We're going to be already getting in the first map selection, having a pretty interesting start. Let's see if they're not going to be able to do that again, because I feel like solely I've been what I've been seeing from these MKU matches, the first match really decides a lot of the momentum going down the way, because you do not want to start with a 30-point deficit, 20-point deficit, or anything else, right? It's just one of those things I've noticed recently. You want to have a close first race so that it's just competitive throughout.
Right, and we are going to be seeing obviously Wire Stadium coming out and N64 Rainbow Road. We will be starting off with Wire Stadium, just like we did in Game 1, but this time we have Spain hosting this second match of the Euro Cup semifinals. And we do see, I believe that's on Hill in first. We have Danipro in second. So this is definitely a lot better for Spain this time around.
Oh yeah, I definitely do agree with you. Especially when it comes down to it. You really do not want to have a bad race, especially on something like RWS, but Danny's going to be showing, hey, you could start pretty bad and probably hopefully catch back up by that third lap. But once again, like I said before, it's just a brutal track. It's really rough. I mean, you can do as many strategies as you want, but if you don't have the items, if you don't have that bullet bill to bring you back, especially towards second, third lap, it's not going to be a fun time.
Yeah, we do see Danny Pro able to get some shrooms, but it won't They won't help him too much. He's able to take a shortcut right here and show him quite a bit, but you have to assume, oh, unfortunately gets taken out. But it looks like LMDS does as well. I have no
Oh.
idea who that red went for.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of an anger spam there because that was just a whole cluster of everyone getting hit by everything. So being able to grab that double item box, going to just slow down to allow the other player who had the star, which is going to be owned, to go right around them, and then just move their way down, and then hopefully having their other teammates taken out and doing a little bit of a team killing there for the side of France. Spain going to be looking, I don't know. We're just seeing a lot of France all around Danny at this point.
Yeah, not quite sure. Oh, the plan forced to use a star, but he is going to pass quite a few people and quietly get his way in a second. Not quite sure who is in first. Probably still on hill. We're going to chain the shrooms. Hopefully get some defense. Yeah, double reds right here. Really nice. So we may be able to connect with the back on Flow or LMDS.
I think at this point, playing the defensive game, especially with the triple bananas, going to be able to snipe out Danny there. Going to throw the red forward. Not going to be able to land that. Has the triple shrooms for this shortcut. Will it do anything for them? No, shot comes down, but the glider is here. Red shell lands. That's going to allow him to keep the 4th place finish. What? Oh my god.
That's going to be a 1-4 for Spain, but kind of everything else occupied by France. So definitely a great start for France, able to turn a very strong pick in Wario Stadium into a good race of their own.
I totally agree with you. And I just said it. You do not want this huge deficit by the first race. And you know, let's see. It's updating. It's just, it's brutal. It's brutal, especially in a match like this. I mean, it's still so many races to go, but just from what I'm seeing, that first race momentum carries so far in these competitions. Oh, okay. Not an 8-point difference. All right, not too terrible. I thought it'd be a little bit more brutal, but that first place did save them. That 1-4, very strong, very strong on the savior of that first race. As we're going to Peach's Garden, we were just talking about this track, and I actually enjoy it a lot. I think there's a lot that you can do. There's so much space in so many different sections. So it's kind of interesting. It's a very like wide open playing field of just anything that can happen.
Yeah, and I think this track is solved. It's the same race every time, right? I think there's always a shock right at the end.
True.
So the first 2 laps don't matter all that much. It will be interesting to see how they play, because I haven't seen this track too much in 6v6.
Yeah, down in the Division 9s, 11s, and such. Just been a pretty popular track to pick, at least in Wars so far, because a lot of people just enjoy running it and enjoy how much space there is to get around all the chaos. Like this section, there's just so much space and so much that you can potentially do if you wanted to. The backed greens comes out, doesn't land onto Danny, especially with this single shroom. This spot I've been absolutely struggling with because I just keep on taking it too tight, run into the wall. It's not a fun time. But having this single shroom, they're going to be able to go through this grass shortcut, back to fire, and it lands onto Star. And now we see a lot of Spain. Not a lot, but we see one teammate of Spain up there along with France, but France going to get hit out. So that's actually going to be a huge, I believe, top 4 for Spain right now, but I'm not too sure who's in first right now.
Yeah, we're not sure who's in first, but this is at least a 2-3-4 on the side of Spain. We see a blue shell coming in, so if it's France in first, Spain will be in a great spot. Let's see who it was. It was Tony. Oh, he is going to have a bomb to drop on this very narrow part of the track. Looks like it will connect. That's going to be a top 4 on the side of Spain. Will be interesting to see if there is a shock around this part of the track, as there is almost every single time, I feel like.
Yeah, I really wonder, will it disrupt them that much with the triple greens? It might be not a terrible thing, especially with the last item box coming up very soon. Not this one, but there's one more, I do believe. And we're going to see if the shock is going to come out. If you're predicting it, will it happen? I do not know. Here we go.
Yeah, looks like Spain should be safe. I don't want to speak too soon. Triple greens right here is going to be so tough for Danny. He has to avoid his teammates. Oh, yeah, let's just get rid of him. But they're going to... Okay. Fortunately, they connected.
Oh my god, my heart. I held my breath. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, at that point, do you really take the shroom for the indivs or do you just go forward? I like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a very scary moment. On the other side of things, we have England up 1-0 on Germany, so it will be very interesting to see who meets the winner of this match in the final. Personally, I would have picked Germany to win, but it would be interesting to see. Uh, I would say an upset,
As a person
but
who's
I'm
96% German, I would say yes, I would like to see Germany win. But no, it's quite interesting. A little bit of a flip up on that side. I mean, it would be quite interesting to see who's going to be going to grand finals. And we're going back to PPS, a very favorable track in this one.
yeah, another track that we have seen before. Danipro going to start in first, so it will be really beneficial for him.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. And let's see if he's going to be able to avoid the chaos, because last time he did get bumped out a little bit on these very inward favorite track. I think actually Danny was in first, or was it Flo last time we saw PPS, because that was a very unfortunate drop to the back of the pack. But right now it seems like Danny's in control of this whole thing, especially with that 7 coins, but unfortunately gonna get bumped to the side here, but gets the drag out onto France, which is actually huge. They're top 2 right now for Spain. Going to this next section, let's see what they're going to be able to pull here. Danny gonna actually grab a nice coin green combination, and that's going to be very, very good for him going down the line, especially if they can land a very nice back with this France player that's right behind him. Will, he's aiming for it, but will not land it. Gonna be able to grab another double item box though. Let's see. Will it be a 2-for-2 situation? No, gonna grab a banana. Probably just gotta hold on to that for defense at the moment. I think that's the play, especially with this lead that Danny's building at this point. They're gonna have a pretty nice little run here until a blue shell eventually is gonna come out.
Yeah, looks like LMDS is able to get in a first.
Wow.
Maybe. Oh, he is able to connect with the
Oh!
banana.
Beautiful draft into the banana. I love to see it. And now has a bomb. Oh, but shot comes out. That's going to leave Danny very vulnerable, but still a pretty substantial lead at this point. And if that shot came out after that item box is, yeah, no, they're going to be able to hold on to the, Danny's going to be able to hold on to this for a little bit, but France is coming. Triple greens are flying. Going to be able to grab that single item box and has to avoid that last triple green right beside them. Going to be able to grab another 2 items. France right in front of him. Demon is there. Going to be able to grab another banana. Not what you want to see. Has a red shell, though. Drags out another competitor. Going to be battling it out with the War of France here, right in the middle of all the chaos. Has a red shell ready. Bomb comes out. Top 2 for France. And in 4th place. Going to be slowing down, trying to take him out. But a banana, a boomerang.
Double
Both
boomerang.
ways.
He connected with the red shell as well, so he was able to protect himself and his teammates. Definitely a great play right there from Starxlx. And that might be a top 4, top 5 for France. Yeah, it's tough. That's tough, dude.
Yeah, that was a whole battle for Danny there, and they survived a lot. Thought they would, but then they went for the drag, they went for the slowdown, which just allowed the France player to just be able to use the boomerang, land it twice, and then just hit them out. But that's gonna be a brutal switch up as we actually, you know what, with Spain's 14-point lead, it shouldn't it would put them a little bit down, but still nothing impossible to manage. So I'm curious if they're gonna be able to pull something out here. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be a yep, there we go, 14-point switch. France in the lead now. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here. Going to be going to Tick-Tock again. Very consistent track picks. They know where they want to go.
Yeah, this is looking like what we saw last time in the last match. We saw Wario Stadium, the Tick-Tock Clock, and then we saw PPS eventually. So, it kind of an idea proposed was for one of the seasons in MKU for the playoffs. It'd be interesting to do the best of 3 with in the playoffs with track bans. So
Ooh. I've actually
Or
been thinking about that a lot recently as well. Just how
right.
cool it'd be to have that going on with the track bands, you know?
Yeah, I said track bands. I actually meant no repicks in between the
Oh,
matches, so they don't reset. So like, France would not be able to pick like water park like they selected last time. I think when all the DLC tracks are in all 96, I think that could be pretty interesting
I
because
agree,
as it
1000%.
stands, there's like 50 or 60 tracks in the game right now. We usually see like the same 20. So I think it would be really interesting if we were to give that a try, but I'm not sure how people would react to that, especially in such a high profile tournament like MKU. But I
Oh,
think
no,
it could be
I
interesting.
totally I definitely do agree. I think it would allow people to really have to stretch their ability to play on all the different tracks, right? Because every single time, like you're saying, there's 20 tracks that are going to be the favorite to pick. There're going to be some off picks that aren't going to be as favorable, but still to have that sort of stretch in terms of game IQ, map IQ, and being able to practice all these 96 tracks, I actually do love that idea a lot. But I like those kind of, it's not goofy, but those kind of interesting ideas that allow these players to really stretch their ability and really test what they can do. As Danny unfortunately going to run to the banana on that double item box.
Yeah, we do see uh, kind of looks like a mixed bag back here. Will be interesting to see who's holding on to the top spots. Not quite sure who's in last. Have to assume by the lack of X pressing, it is a teammate of Danipro's, as he's able to take that shortcut right there and gain quite a few spots. It's going to be a 1-3 on the side of France. However, that 2-4-5-6 should definitely help Spain out quite a bit.
Yeah, the battle is coming out. I don't think Spain's going to allow another huge finish like PPS, but we'll see what happens here, especially with that really good finish there. I mean, I don't think Spain really can't even allow France to get another huge finish like PPS, because if they do, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna not be a fun comeback, as we see in Twisted Mansion and Donkey Kong Jungle once again. Like you're saying, we got the consistent track picks of where they want to go, what they know best, and just saying, hey, this is what's gonna work the best for our team.
Definitely. And this is what we were speaking about in between the matches, or at the end of the first match, excuse me. Like you said, we can't allow, or Spain can't allow France to get off to an early start right here because they will be in a lot of trouble. As we kind of discussed their slow start at the beginning, that top five definitely doing a lot of damage, but Spain has been able to handle it nicely. Only down 8 right now. Not too bad at all.
No, not bad at all. I definitely do agree there because, yeah, that early lead is what killed Spain in the last one, where they just, like I said, it's just an like a never ending climb that you have to just keep playing consistently, consistently, consistently. But with these amazing players, these amazing racers, it's really hard to get them away from those top spots. You have to do so much to get these racers who are just landing in these top 6 positions out of where they are. They know exactly how to get around the chaos, how to land in these great spots, and to keep their lead going. So as long as they keep it close and they don't do anything crazy, I think Spain has a really good chance of scratching this one out and bringing it to a game 3.
It looks like Spain is going to be top 2 right here, maybe top 3. Oh, Daniel, excuse me, Starxlx. He will back his teammate right there. Pretty unfortunate. Tried to do a lot, and he will get taken out by the horn, but teammate was also able to hit on hill, so it was a nice play.
Yeah, I think the 1-for-1's worth it, especially when you can believe in your teammate to come back in that sort of situation. As we're seeing that beautiful drag out as well on Donnell. We have a mushroom in hand, gonna be able to just use that shortcut pretty easily. Now gonna aim for that double item box, grabs it, horn comes out, gonna take out that Waluigi. It's gonna be Demon as well on the side of France. Seergio's there with those triple bananas. Just got to be aware of that kind of situation. Gonna teleport themselves to the other path, actually. And now, going into this final section of this second lap, triple greens right in front of Star here. Just got to space themselves out. Beautiful awareness there. But they have a lot of catching up to do if they want to try and get a good race here.
Yeah, it looks like Spain going to be holding on a bunch of top spots. They could be top 3 right now. But a lot of French players will be able to take a shortcut. Gablator coming up with triple greens. Fortunately, doesn't connect on anybody.
Oh!
Starxlx is going to get greened, but fortunately enough, he will get the box. Looks like he's going to be able to protect himself from that red shell.
Yeah, that competitor Danny gonna be able to move way up with the triple shroom, slows himself down. Beautiful move there. Just saying, yeah, we'll allow him to get there to get the double item box, but I want one of my own. Using those triple greens, gonna take out some competitors with them. Gonna work their way up to 5th place. And then we got top 2 for France, 3-4 for Spain, and then 5-6 for France as well. That's gonna hurt a tiny bit for the side of Spain.
Yeah, we did see Drac right there with triple greens. Would have been interesting to see if he decided to back those in the shortcut. He could have caused a lot of damage, but he decided against it.
Yeah, I think it's safer with the triple greens is always the play because you have no clue what could potentially happen in the world of smart bouncing, especially in this game. You have just got to be a little bit careful trying to figure out, hey, should I just keep these triple greens or should I try for an insane play that could potentially hurt us more than anything? But we are going to Mount Wario, a new track, finally. As we're going to be seeing this one, opinions about Mount Wario. I think it's a very fun fan favorite track. A lot of people enjoy it. It's cool. It's fun. I wish Merry Mountain was similar to this one, but unfortunately it's not. But still, I enjoy the track.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge Merry Mountain fan. I think it's okay, and I don't really think anyone can argue that. I think it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I thought it was gonna be more of like a Mount Wario situation where it's gonna be like a giant mountain you have to go down, but it was just a giant oval. So I don't know what I expected. I got my hopes up too high. You know, a
Right.
Christmas-based track. But still, Mount Wario gonna be able to take the reigning supreme champion of being the best mountain in the game, unfortunately. But still, I enjoy Mount Wario. It's fun. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Unfortunately, we're seeing Star there running into the wall, gonna throw the greens forward. It's going to land onto Spain there. Gonna have to avoid that fire though. Beautiful move there, entering the matrix, but cannot stay in the matrix for that green shell.
Yeah, he will be kind of famously escaping the Matrix right there, as we do see him in a little bit of a tough situation. Mount Wario track, very hard to catch up on. Not
Yeah,
quite sure who's in last, but we do see a blue shell coming out. Should help quite a bit. Could be a France bottom 3, maybe even bottom 4 right now, depending on who is in last.
that would be a huge Spain victory here, especially down by 30 now, which is a lead, a deficit you do not want to be a part of at this point. And coming down to it, though, we're seeing Star work their way up. A lot of Spain in front of them. Let's see what they're going to be able to do. And what a magnificent pull, especially for this final section. Going to be able to just pop that star again just to keep the safety of their own lives as a shot comes out for the side of France. I'm pretty sure as we're going to be seeing those triple shrooms and they're going to be working their way up. France is there. France will.
Yeah, he's able to start Miguel owned right there and get first place. And like we were saying, that could have been a lot different had he used the shock just a few weeks ago because it would have gotten Spain off the glider. But still, a great usage and nice race right there from France.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely a great play for them. Because at this point, you got to just realize. You just got to just realize that if they're going to be able to grab top 2, that's such a safe net for France because that was just really unfortunate. The shot coming out. It's something you got to be aware of though on Mount Wario. There's not much you can do about it. But it's just one of those aspects of the game where you just got to say, okay, this happened. They still got some those decent 3 through 6 spots, and now just move forward and try their best to catch up. But oi, 5 to 227. That is not what I wanted to see. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a safety net for Spain getting those spots, but top 2 is brutal.
Yeah, it is quite tough here. Getting through the first half of the war, Spain kind of able to keep themselves in it quite a bit better than they did in the first match. However, we are going to see N64 Rainbow Road here, so it could be very tough for them to hold on to it.
Yeah, we got the favorite Trainbow Road track that we just saw in the last race as well. We got the draft coming out. Let's see what the star is going to be able to do here. Coming down to it. Going to be able to grab that single item box. That's those triple greens. The one thing you do not really want, especially on a track that is as chaotic as this one in terms of the mid pack, but still going to be able to just use those triple greens and hopefully connect on to the right people and not hit your own teammates. But I'm pretty sure they hit one of their own, as we're seeing Spain in the front right now, but I'm pretty sure we saw some France as well in that top spot. It's going to get back, though, by a red shell and get item screen. That's not what you want, especially going into this final lap.
Yeah, the final section right here, obviously where everything matters, going to be very important. Unfortunately, he is going to get his double box stolen, but not quite sure what this... Oh, yeah, we do see a bottom two here for France. Pretty tough, but there are quite a few Spanish players not too far ahead. He's going to get taken out and pushed off, so that is going to be a minus, or a +1, excuse me, for Starxlx.
That is, yeah, we saw them just getting absolutely started. That's been the name of the game for Star, unfortunately. We're going to be staying in Spain, though, 1-3-5-6. That's going to be good. That's pretty good. That's going to allow them to get a little bit of a trim off this lead, but still allowing France to grab those top spots and not being able to take them out and grabbing a top two of their own. It's gonna not be as ideal as you would want it to be.
Absolutely, and that is definitely the race that Spain needed to help get themselves back into the game here. Let's see how much of a win that was. It was a -18 for France.
Ooh, so yeah, pretty good one actually for the side of Spain. I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, a 20-point difference is a lot better than whatever position they were in before. So I do believe there is still a chance for Spain to come back in this one, but they got to keep playing consistently. They cannot allow their score to go below 30 again, in my opinion, because right when they get to that point, it becomes a little bit of a doom and gloom situation.
Right, I definitely agree with you, especially with such little time left here in this match. We only have a few races left, so any
final Grand Prix
could be too much to come back from.
I definitely do agree with you. And honestly, with this final Grand Prix, you got to just think about what you can do to keep your lead consistent. Just maybe doing some Hail Marys, doing some controversial plays here. And you know what? Sometimes having to go back and grab a shock and trying anything to help your team grab these top spots. Because if you see France in those tops, you got to kind of get desperate. You got to do what you need to do to grab those spots and help your own lead, because being down by 20 in the last Grand Prix is still not extremely ideal, but still we're seeing some good gameplay out of Spain, at least at this point, as we're seeing 2-3 for the side of France right now.
Yeah, so it looks like France is trying to make their way up here. Tony able to hold on to first right now. Flo pulling his first red shell. So he could start to work on getting Tony out. He and Starxlx could. Looks like he might go wide here. We're going to red him, take the double box, hopefully get another red. Yeah, we're going to get one more, and that should be a swift top two on the side of France. Going to let Starxlx pass into first place, as he is holding the horn, so he does have blue shell protection.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be huge for the side of France, having this top two. Like I talked about, you do not want this happening at this point of this game. That top two is going to be absolutely huge for the side of France. Coming down to this final section, Grubble shot comes out. Like I was saying, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We see two competitors dodge. Bullet Bill coming up as well. Stars all around. Let's see, will they be able to disrupt this top two finish as we get into this final item box? Will it be possible for Spain to take out Star and Flo? Has a red shell for defense. Gonna be able to have this blue shell.
It looks like Flo will be able to get first. Starxlx unfortunately going to get taken out. by the blue shell as we do see Angel move into maybe second place right there. Yeah, 2-3 for Spain. However, France is going to get 1-4-5-6. Definitely a nice race for them.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. Yeah, no, France still holding it strong. Like I said, they are great at keeping a consistent lead, right? They are getting those spots where they need to be. Those 4-5, I swear we have called it out for France at least 90 times in a row. So being able to just keep those top spots and just say, hey, and also a beautiful play by Flo there to be able to get rid of the red last second, realize the blue shell's coming, and be able to just use that shortcut and grab first place to secure that. It's just one of those aspects where it's just France is playing so extremely well and their racing is being so consistent. Now we
Yeah, we
see
do see
Paris. Paris, let's go. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Yeah, we see Paris coming out on the side of Spain. Definitely an
Yeah.
interesting track because I think Paris is usually good for like top spots, so not quite sure. Maybe they want to do it for drafting, but we do have Hyrule coming out here. This is one of my favorite tracks. I quite like this one a lot.
You know, I hope we get a track that is on the level of quality like Hyrule. I feel like we still haven't gotten that sort of track, like that has that much of just pristine like detail. Like I do enjoy this track a lot with the rupees, with the soundtrack, the design. There's so many fun parts about this track, and I hope we get another track that is as quality as this one.
Yeah, I definitely think Hyrule is a track that's like excellently designed. I think that because there's there's 3 item sets, right? But if you go for the third one, you lose an incredible amount of time. So going for the no item shortcut is almost always better. So I think that that kind of risk reward being built into the track, I think that's really something that's important to have in the game. And it's kind of like on Donut Plains, right? How it's faster to go around the second item set. So there's only going to be kind of one item set usually in play. But I think that this track does it a lot better than Donut Plains.
Oh, I 1000% agree. I talk about that nonstop. Just having these tracks have these high risk, high reward kind of situations. That's what I love, and that's what I loved about, especially some other racing games as well as we see in Flow. Unfortunately, getting dragged out there, having these high risk, high rewards kind of shortcuts, strategies. It's so much more fun to make that split-second decision than just saying, okay, this spot is 100% the way to go every single time. And I like it whenever it doesn't absolutely murder you as the shot comes out. And a blue shell. Star is going to be fighting for their lives right now.
We're going to slow down. Yeah, we're going to let Drac take the blue shell here. He will be able to dodge it. Maybe they can get rid of him here with this red shell. Oh, nice play by Starxlx. Able to stay safe. But if I'm France, I'm just going to try and hold on to this 2-3-4-5. That should be... why are we dragging? Falso's right near you. Okay, they're able to stay safe. That's good.
That could have been a lot more disastrous than what they wanted it to be, as we're seeing. Oh, we got Spain 1-3, but oh,
Seergio sneak into third right there, but a bottom 2 sadly.
Yeah, that is kind of brutal in my opinion. I don't think that's gonna be that ideal for the side of Spain going into this next one. I'm feeling pretty unoptimistic for Spain at this point.
Yeah, we do have only a few races left, and there's a 40-point difference. However, on the last race, on the last race of the last war, we did see Spain was able to cut the 40-point deficit in half. So it will be interesting to see if they can do it again right here. However, they have a couple more races to work with.
Oh yeah, it's not over just yet, but
yeah.
Oh, we got a Mary Mountain pick and some random. What is going on
Yeah, we
here?
have quite a few different tracks on the side of Spain. You have Thwomp Ruin's personal favorite, please. Oh hell yeah!
Oh, personal favorite. Excuse me? Huh? Explain
I don't know.
yourself. Let's hear
I
it.
quite like this track. I think it's kind of funny, so I like it.
Okay. I like the no item shortcut in the beginning. I think that's pretty cool. A nice little strategy to have, but overall I think it's very straightforward, pretty basic. There's not like a lot of like goofiness to the track, you know? It's just it's fun. It's just all right, you know? It's not bad. It's just all right, you know.
Yeah, we see Starxlx going on the wall here, able to get a 5th place box. Red Shroom is going to be able to connect unowned and get some coins in the process, as well as getting a Shroom. Okay, we are just going to use the Shroom as we do see Spain in top 2 right here. Going to go for the double, try and get something to take Spain out of top 2. Only double red shells could be top 3 right now. The red shell is going to connect on
Not.
Seergio.
Did it?
Yeah, it looks like it did. Maybe got him off the glider.
I don't know because it looked like he teleported on back onto the thing. That's the fun thing about Nintendo netcode. It's just so fantastic in that aspect.
Yeah, we see a blue shell coming in. It could be moving Demon into first as he is going to be top 2 with Starxlx here. And there are quite a few French players behind. Really nice driving from Starxlx right here. Gets greened off the wall, which will take him out and leave Demon quite vulnerable to the Spanish players kind of swarming up behind him.
Ooh, yeah, no, it's gonna come down to it, especially on this final lap. Let's see what Star's gonna be able to pull out, trying to work their way up, all the way down here in 9th place. Realize France still has a 40-point lead, but you want to kind of keep that 40-point lead going. So we're seeing so much Spain in front of them at this point. Let's see what Star's going to be able to grab here. Another quad shrooms. Not really what you want to see in 9th place. Not that ideal, but still going to give them something to work with as we're seeing one of their teammates. All this France in these bottom spots, and is going to get hit again. This might be a huge race for Spain at this point. I do not know. We're seeing all bottom spots for France at this point. Spain might have been able to pull out something insane here, but still, we saw 5th place for Star working their way up. Never mind. What am I talking about? Where did what?
Yeah, it looks like they got all middle spots right there. We do see a top 2, bottom 4 coming out for Spain, and that is pretty tough. That is a losing race for Spain.
Ooh,
Definitely not what they want to see right now, as they have 48 points to make up with 2 races to go.
not impossible. Not impossible. I would say that there is there is a chance, but with the way that Spain's playing at this point, they have there's no mistakes. You cannot make any mistakes. There's no TKs, no anything. You really got to just run and do your best. But with the like, I don't even know what I'm looking at in these track picks at this point because there's some. You got Moo Meadows, you got Dolphin Shoals, you got Mushroom Gorge, you got Toad Harbor, you got Calamari Desert. Like, what? Are they even communicating, or did they just? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm kind of confused here.
Not sure what the game plan was. Maybe it's just pick your favorite track time for Team Spain.
And I don't know. I'm not one to ever just say, all right, it's time to give up because there's still a huge chance of comeback. I mean, for like 44 points, I mean, that can still be done. And it has been done time and time again. But I do not like the pick your favorite track pick time at this point.
Yeah, it is interesting that they decide to do that. As well, it is going to be interesting to see if a team decides to go for shock here. We do see a couple players staying in the back, but definitely not as bagging heavy as I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of runners. We see a few people in the back, one person at star at this point. Let's see what they're going to be able to do, if they're going to be able to grab a shock to try and disrupt this. Right now, we got France in that 2-3 spot at this point. Blue Shell is out, and this gap of this lead is extending as time goes on. And you know what? I just don't know what to expect here. Bomb is out for Seergio. And the green shell snipe, but they fall off the track. Whoa!
Yeah,
Latitude drops them off the ramp. What?
It looks like the blooper actually messed up Starxlx a bit, and we are going to stop here. Try and get some good items to try and take the huge shortcut at the end. So we are going to get star, triple shrooms, in the reverse order, excuse me. But we do see quite a few Spanish players back here. If France gets a decent enough race, even if they lose it by just a few points, they will win the match here.
Yeah, they have such a huge lead where they just have to get up there and play consistently. Spain got to be able to keep this top spots going. We see a 4th place for Spain at this point. Grabs the ghost coming down to it. Will it be enough? Oh, and we're seeing Star getting hit by a bullet bill. Let's see what we're going to end up with because this could be it. This could be France's moved on round. And it probably will be
Yeah,
with that
that's really close.
2-3-5.
That's really close.
Oh God, it's just the consistency from France, time and time again. They played so well. I don't think we've ever seen not one of their players really in that top 6 spot being able to scrape out at least something to extend their lead forward. And I tried to cook something up for on Thwomp Ruins for Spain, but I guess my eyes lied to me, and Spain is just gonna. Now this is probably the pick your track for fun time is a 40-point difference is here.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen a top 6 from Spain in a hot minute. It won't even be enough anyways. But yeah, it's been a fun one.
Right, a 40-point difference. Incredibly difficult to come back from. And especially with N64 Rainbow Road off the board. Who knows what tracks they want to pick to try and get it on.
Yeah, I mean, we have it's hard to say as we're going to Paris, and I think that's a suiting place that France is able to go back home for these final. They don't even have to go far as we're on the final race of this whole competition. I guess they're not going home, but they get to go home and relax for the time being.
We're gonna do a little victory lap around.
Exactly. Exactly. I had to rethink about that statement, right? I was like, not what I meant, but still, we'll see what's going to be able to happen here. We're seeing Star in this last place spot. So it'll be quite interesting. Maybe they could just trim it up. I think whenever you're in this situation, the best case situation is to just be able to say, hey, we brought it back in the final race, had a good showing. And genuinely, Spain did a great job. They were trying their best. But the fact that France was playing so consistently, they were able to just grab top spots and being able in that top 6 position time and time again, it's what brought it home for them. And Spain just could not compete.
Right, and I do just want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the chat. The Mario Kart Central Twitch channel has reached 5,000 followers. So thanks everybody, appreciate that.
Ooh.
We are gonna have a few more matches this weekend. We might have a match for prime time at night tomorrow, and of course join us for MQ prime time on Sunday. But yeah, the game plan for France right here is get a spot in the top 6 position, and they can do that however they want, right? They can go for shock, and if they get a shock, just call it and get a good race for one of their players. But Spain doesn't really have that luxury because if they get anything not in top 6, they will be eliminated from the tournament, as we do see Tony in last place right now. And Paris is a track that's extremely hard to catch back up on. So it will be very tough. And we see a shock from France, and if it wasn't over before, that should just do it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. What an unfortunate pull. The shot comes out. It's gonna allow France to just secure the victory. At least it should. Spain being all the way down here, 8th, 7th, last. It's just there's not much you can do except just say, you know what, you put out your best work here. You got to semifinals, and now you got to just go back to the drawing board, especially for the next time this tournament happens, and see what you can do. As we're gonna be seeing top 6 from Spain, am I right? Yeah, no.
No, we're gonna see quite the opposite. We're gonna see a top 4 from France.
Yeah.
To seal the deal here, that was a nice shock from the side of Starxlx. And that is gonna do it.
That's gonna do it. France is gonna be able to move on. Do we know if England or Germany won just yet? Oh,
I believe we are in the second match. And I heard that Germany was winning. I think we actually are going to raid Alex, who is streaming on the side of Germany. So it will be interesting to see Uh,
I'm excited to watch as France is going to be the one to beat. At this point, I'm really excited. Congratulations to France. They are the winners and they will be moving forward to the grand finals. Spain putting up a battle but just could not bring it back. The deficit was too high. And overall, I've had an amazing time seeing all of this wonderful gameplay today.